What up, car people? Ariel here. On today's episode, I want to talk about a fun conversation that I had on Instagram. Anyway, let me back my office out, and we're gonna have a talk. We're gonna talk Celicas. Beep, 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 beep. Ooh, check, check, check. Check, check. Check, check. What up? Beep, boop. What up, car people? Ariel here. What up, car people? Ariel here. As you all know, necessity is the mother of all invention. If you have a less than popular car platform similar to the Celica, you may not have a lot of parts available to you. You may not be able to have a variety of choices for any specific part. For our platform, we don't have too many options when it comes to a header or intake manifold that makes real power. A lot of people do claim false horsepower numbers in their videos. The 2ZZGE platform is growing in popularity, I think, and we're starting to see a lot more modified and tried and true setups. And we're starting to see a lot of setups that are actually making the power that I wish I would have seen back when I got into the Celica back in 2007. Sometimes you have to make your own things. Necessity is the mother of invention. And if you've had a project car like this, you'll know sometimes you got to make your own or modify something that's out there in the ether. I had a cool conversation with a fellow Celica fiend by the name of Ed Ross from Puerto Rico, and he shared some insights with me that I thought I would share with you guys to help inspire and motivate you guys to modify cars and, modify cars that aren't as popular, so kind of like the Celica. The 2ZZGE doesn't have the biggest aftermarket. There's some things, so I thought this kind of information, these pictures would help you guys maybe nudge you in the right direction. So stay tuned after the intro. Yay. So car people, on this episode, I want to share a Celica that comes from Puerto Rico. Really nice build. It's unique in the sense that it has a lot of parts that are custom and unique to this car. They're either custom or they're parts that were offered for other vehicles off the shelf that Ed had customized to suit his needs, to suit his vision. The key to horsepower is the same for all engines. You get more air in, you get that air out, and you supply enough fuel to make the explosion that gives you the power. So that being said, what do you have to do? Well, for Ed Celica, he has a custom intake manifold. It's made with the runners from a Corolla and Matrix XRS, and it has a custom plenum built to fit a 75mm throttle body. Ed is also running a custom header that is a Skunk 2 header made for an 07 Civic Si. The runner's made up, but Ed had to make a custom flange so that it could bolt up to the back side of the 2ZZGE's head. Ed heard of this mod from a friend with a Corolla who was previously running the DC Sports header. When his friend went from the DC Sports to the Civic Si modified header, he saw an increase of 8 horsepower. That goes to show some headers don't make any power, actually. When it comes to the Celica 2ZZGE, I know back in the day, a lot of research showed that some of the aftermarket headers actually hurt power. Your best bet would be a ported stock header or a race header from a company like PPE, or even this modified Civic Si header. Now, Ed doesn't have any dyno time yet on this setup, but he does have dyno time on his previous setup, and I'll share those numbers with you in a second. The brains of Ed Celica are the brains of Ed Celica is an AM EMS 4, which allows him to run a 3.5-inch intake, as you can see. He's running a MAP sensor, so no more need for the mass airflow sensor. This is how he can get away with that large intake. Ed's no stranger to the 2ZZGE, like I mentioned before. His previous setup made 193 horsepower and 140 torque with stock ported intake and ported exhaust manifold, and a 2.5-inch exhaust along with the AM EMS and his 3.5-inch intake, which is pictured previously. I think Ed's build is super unique. It inspires me to get more done, to think more outside the box, and it's just cool to see people putting their own twist, not letting the limitations of a community stop them from doing what they really want. When it comes to building these cars, your imagination is the limiting factor, so build accordingly. Car people, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit of a quick video, but I thought you would enjoy the information. I really wanted to share it with you. I thought it was a super unique build. I didn't expect to see a build of this caliber just pop into my DMs on Instagram. So Ed, thank you for sharing that information. It was really nice talking to you. And yeah, Boricua, Ariel out. Peace. Yeah. It's hot in here.